Hey, what's up guys? This is Ryan with Seek Outside, and today I'm going to be showing you what is inside my Goshawk 6300 backpack. I am going to be going on a 7-day bear hunt in Idaho. We're going to be backpacking into the spot, so let's get into it. So first things first, let me show you what I got here. So this is a Goshawk 6300 backpack in Ultra. I got the top lid on it. This pack here is very well worn, but still kicking. This is probably my 8th or 9th hunt that I've taken this thing on, so still holding up. But yeah, I have the. This is actually kind of a custom. It has the 2 tall side pockets. Typically, they come with 1 short, 1 tall. But then, yeah, I got the hip belt here with the lumbar pad. I actually have one of our old style hip belt pockets on here. Just haven't switched over to the new style. And then on the other side, I have a water bottle holster. Let me take you through what I got going on here. I'm going to pop this top lid off here, and we're going to go through that first. I really like this top lid primarily because it gives you organization and really quick access to certain things that you might have in your pack that you don't want buried down inside there. So I really like this. It attaches via gatekeeper clips, so it's very easy to take off. It's modular, replaceable buckles, all that good stuff. Getting into my top lid, what I have here is my kill kit. That's the first thing. I have the 2-liter Possibles pouch right here that I like to use for organization. And inside I have the Outdoor Edge Razor Light EDC replaceable blade knife. Now, the reason I love this is having a sharp, especially for bears, you know what I'm doing, they have a lot of hair. Knives tend to get dulled very quickly, so I really like having the replaceable blades just because they're so sharp. Now, quick little trick for you. If you are running a replaceable blade thing, you know, a lot of people are, you know, there's downsides there. You have to throw the blades away. Quick tip to increase the lifespan of each one of these little blades. So this is not the greatest steel, right? It's pretty easily manipulated, right? So that's why you have to replace them usually. Quick tip to extend the life of this: bring a knife sharpener. With these blades being, you know, they dull quicker than, you know, some of the stronger steels out there, but that also means that they're going to sharpen quicker. So I can really go through a whole animal with just one of these replaceable blades, just sharpening it the whole time, and it sharpens, you know, instead of a regular knife, you might have to do, you know, 15 strokes on either side with a sharpening stone to get it back to sharp. With these replaceable blades, it's 2 or 3. So I really love this system here. Other than that, I really don't have much, but I do always like to carry some vinyl gloves with me. Not so much for, you know, I just really keep them there just in case. With bears, I'm not too worried, but you know, you never know if you have a gut shot or something like that where you want to be super careful with how you're handling the meat. That's why I like to keep these gloves in there. So this knife sharpener that I like to carry with me is a Work Sharp. This one actually has the 20-degree guide kind of built into the sides here. I love it because you can literally just put your knife up to it just like this, lean it up on this plastic part, and sharpen it that way. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about if you're getting too flat of an angle, too steep of an angle, messing up your blade. So I really like this knife sharpener. It's got all 3 sharpening sides, including the leather stroop right there. So really good sharpener here. The other thing that I'm carrying is going to be, this is what I like to call my shit kit. This is everything that I need to use to go to the bathroom up there. Again, gotta have that thing easily accessible. I'm a big wipe guy, so I got a big old pack of flushable plant-based wipes here, toilet paper, and a hand sanitizer. The reason I like keeping all this stuff in a little nice tidy bag is because I have a system, right? So you do your thing. Obviously cleanliness is important anywhere you go. I like to have the hand sanitizer in there, so I just keep this thing separate, but also very very sanitary with this hand sanitizer here. That's basically everything that I'm going to keep in my top lid here. Now, our Seek Outside top lids do have this little organizational pocket inside of them. And what I'll do in here is I'll throw my license, tags, maybe even my wallet, keys, stuff like that in here. But I'm going to save that for when we get up there. And just a quick size comparison. So we got the 2 liter Possibles pouch right here and the 4 liter one right here. So a little bit of a size difference, but you can fit 2 of these completely filled inside this top lid here. The tripod that I'm going to be taking is going to be the Surui T025. This is kind of like their travel tripod. As you can see, collapses down really small. It's about 1.8 pounds, so super light. You know, very easy to adjust. It's got multiple different leg positions, so when you're at an angle, you know, you can go wherever you want here. And it actually extends pretty high to be able to, you know, stand up and be glassing through it. It's perfect for smaller spotting scopes that you don't need a ton of support for. The spotter that I'm going to be taking is going to be the Kawa TSN 553. This is a 45 magnification spotting scope, but this thing is so light. I mean, it's honestly about the same as the tripod here. I think it's like 2.3 pounds, maybe something like that. You know, we're hiking in, so I want to save weight where I can. Moving on to my other side pocket here. This one's a little bit less full, but no less important. Big thing that I have in here is going to be my hand saw. This is the Silky Saw Gomboy 240 millimeter. This thing just tears through wood. We got some videos in the links below on the Silky Saws. These are available on our website, but they just absolutely demolish, you know, other hand saws. They're so well put together, super light. This thing is under a pound for this hand saw, and it should be able to deal with most wood that you have out there. So that's the big thing there. Then the other thing is just going to be my first aid kit. You know, I got all the Advil, all the usuals in here, bandages, and again, just like to have this thing quick, easy access, somewhere where if you need it in a hurry, you can get to it. So now that we have all of the side pockets, top lid done, let's dive into this main bag here. So first things first, just your generic, this is Cabela's rain jacket. Gotta have that thing ready to go. Quick, easy access to it just in case a storm blows through. The other thing I have in here is going to be the MSR Guardian water filter. Now this thing is a beast. It's a little bit portly. It's just over 2 pounds. I think it's 2.5. But this thing filters water like nothing else. The reason why, because I do have a couple smaller ones, you know, there's other water filtration options, but the reason why I'm taking this on this trip specifically is because there's going to be a lot of runoff, right? With runoff comes mud. A lot of some of the smaller filters, some of the quite frankly cheaper filters, this thing is like almost $300. But you know, they don't deal with dirt very well, right? You're going to have to back flush it a lot. So I really like having this thing. I mean, you can really get water out of any little puddle that you come across, and it'll fill an Nalgene up in like way less than a minute. So very worth it on certain trips if you can afford the weight. You know, if you're not going super deep in there, it's a great option, as well as if you're worried about, you know, some of the quality of the water that you're going to be accessing. So this is my backpacking pillow. This is just a Sierra Designs standard inflatable air pillow. Now I gotta kind of explain my process here a little bit. So I like to sleep elevated. The backpacking pillows that I've found out there haven't really done it. I was taking 2 backpack pillows. I was taking a backpack pillow and some clothes, putting it on my sleeping bag pad. It just never did it for me. So the system that I've kind of found recently that I really like is taking something like this and just inflating it so that you have a little bit of cushion there. And then I'll put it on my backpack. And what that does is it kind of lifts my head up. This is also a good counteraction to if you have to sleep on a slope. You can use your backpack to kind of elevate your head so you're not getting a head rush. But then you put the pillow down on top, kind of like at an angle, and you got a pretty comfortable little pillow action there. So that's why I like to take this thing out. It's not not expensive. It's easy to blow up. It's probably, you can blow this thing up in 15 seconds. So I really like this pillow right here. Next thing in my bag is going to be the Silex. So on this particular hunt, we're going with 3 guys going up to Idaho. So there's going to be ticks. What we're taking for our shelter is going to be an 8-person teepee, a couple half nests, and a stove. So, but I didn't include that in my backpack just because it's, I'm kind of just including what I'm going to be taking out daily. But yeah, so the reason I'm taking the Silex is this is a great emergency shelter. You can use it as a standalone if we need something for, extra gear, if we want more space. And it's just a backup. And it's 16 ounces, about 17 ounces. So it's about as light as most tarps that you'll take out. And if you're running trekking poles, this thing's going to set up probably much quicker than any tarp that you're going to take out. And it's a design shelter, so it works great for a glassing shelter. You got the zipperless design, so you can kind of keep that thing up above your head, but then also tuck away from wind and weather if you need to. So this is my sleeping pad. This is the Nemo Flyer. I really like this sleeping pad. I've been using it for, that shoulder season camping for the last year now. What's cool about this is it does have an R value of, I think, 3.6. It's just shy of 2 pounds. But the cool thing is here, it uses a hybrid for the insulation. It uses a hybrid of both foam and air. So it has like a bunch of little air chambers in there, as well as a little bit of foam. So it makes it super comfy. This thing actually does provide some padding, even if it goes flat. That's what's cool about this thing. If you pop a hole in it, you don't have to worry about, sleeping on rocks the rest of the trip. I really like this sleeping pad, and it's light. It's not the lightest, it's not the most packable, but I think this thing's like $80. And for that, this thing is very, very worth what you're paying for it. What I got out in front of me is going to be a day's worth of food. So I didn't throw all my food in there just because we still do have a couple days to the trip, and I'm thinking about, maybe adding some stuff. But this is basically what a day's worth of food is going to look like for me. So what I have my breakfast. This is Mountain House. Basically you can switch out any given dehydrated meal that you want. I have a variation of all of them. I don't really have a preference. I kind of like actually switching them up, but these are Mountain House granola for breakfast. I have for lunch, I actually bring a little bit of ramen and some tuna. Now the thing I like about ramen, so obviously you might be looking at this, be like, oh, all this stuff needs water. Well, not with ramen. The thing that I like about ramen is you can actually eat it just raw. It's a little crunchy snack action. It has plenty of calories. Obviously, if you have the luxury of being able to spare some water for it, it's great. But you can just eat it raw. It's a quick thing. And then I also throw some tuna in there. For dinner, I have just another Mountain House. This one's buffalo style chicken mac and cheese. I like to swap them all out. And then for snacks, I basically just bring a Nature Valley Crunch Bar. I really like these things. I just like granola. It's a good thing to be eating out there. It's got some sugar in it, lots of calories. And then for energy, I bring these Cliff Bar chewable blocks. These things are great. They actually taste really good for energy blocks. And then they have caffeine. They have all the good stuff in there. So I really like bringing these things. And then I also always bring some sort of hydration packet. These are the SOS ones. I think these taste really good compared to some of the other ones out there, but take your pick. So this whole setup right here, what I got calorie wise is typically, probably averages like 2,500 calories. And then I have some trail mix and stuff like that I like to bring, and I'll kind of intermix that throughout the trip. But this is basically a day's worth of food right here. Gators. Gators for me are a must this time of year. Obviously if you're hiking through snow, there's clear benefits there. But the other thing I like these for, and what a lot of people don't think of for Gators, and this is a selling point for having like specifically like these are Gore-Tex, Sitka, but any type of like waterproof gator, is this time of year, really any time of year, you can have wet grass, right? And if you have wet grass and you don't have gators, maybe you're trudging along through that stuff, it's brushing up against your pants, and what a lot of people don't realize is that'll wick. It'll pass through your pants eventually and then get into your socks, and it'll wick down into your feet, and it'll give you the impression of having wet feet, and nobody likes wet feet. So that's why I always take Gators with me, unless it's like the middle of summer. Gators are a staple. These are the Sitka, I want to say they're the Stormfront, something like that. Just they're big waterproof Gators. And I love them. They're super durable. Been through a few seasons. No issues with them. So Gators are for sure on the gear list here. Game bags. The Caribou Gear carnivore game bags, especially for bear, smaller quarters. Then it's not like you're carrying out an elk. I love these things. Super lightweight. You can wash these things. They're super durable. I actually have one dedicated to put all my food in with this drawstring. You can hang it up easily, and it's got the reflective tagging on there, so it actually makes a really good food bag. If you have to hang it, or even just looking for it with your headlamp, all those things are definitely a benefit. Like I said, smaller animal, no need for super giant game bags, and these ones are the ones that I really enjoy using. This guy right here, another Possibles pouch. This is my kitchen gear. As you can see, I kind of like to keep like things alike. I'm sure most of you guys do too. But this right here is our flat square pouch. It is a little bit thicker than the Sil Nylon one, so a little bit more durable. If you need a little bit more water resistance, this is going to be the one to go with here. Got my isobutane fuel. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket. It's a great stove, boils water instantaneously. I also like to keep an extra 2 liters of water. This is just a platypus basic water reservoir, just in case you have to hike somewhere to get water. It's always a pain to, I try to limit my water trips as much as possible, so that's why I like to be able to keep as much water with me at one time if you need to. Couple lighters. And then this is another thing that I've just started bringing, especially on these long trips like this where you're in the backcountry. It's a Duke Cannon supply. It's like a cold shower, so it's a little towelette. Basically just to clean your face, maybe your hands if you need to. But it really does. I don't know if it has like menthol in it. Yeah, aloe vera and menthol. It really does like kind of cool your face off and just makes you feel nice and fresh and clean. So I keep a couple of these for especially if you get dirty. These are nice to have. And then just got my utensils here. I like the metal ones just because they're a little bit more durable, and they're not porous like some of the plastic ones I've found, because they do have little tiny microscopic holes in them. They will kind of like keep dirt inside there, and when you're backpacking, if you're camping in dirt, that stuff will like get inside there, and you'll take a bite of your meal and you'll get like just a little bit of crumminess in there, and I just really don't like that. So I got a fork, knife, spoon. Not super worried about weight on these. Yeah, I think it's something that's worth it. And then I always keep coffee in there, instant coffee, and then my toothbrush. toothbrush and toothpaste here. Last thing on the list is the sleeping bag. This right here is the Big Agnes Spike Lake 15-degree down bag. Compressible, not a super huge package, nice and warm. So no complaints about this bag so far. I've been running it for a year, and you know, we got the lows are looking like it's going to be probably in the 20s somewhere. I like to give myself about a 10-degree buffer there. With most bags, you know, there's some bags that are super accurate, but if it gets colder than that, I'll just throw on a down jacket, but this one does the trick for most. Alright guys, well that is about it. That's about everything that I'm going to have in my pack. Obviously, be taking rifle, shells, stuff like that. But as you can see there, the 6300 was far from being maxed out with all this gear. Now add, you know, 4 more days worth of food, 4 or 5 more days worth of food. It'll probably be stretching the limits there. I'm not running a Talon, as you can see. That would add a little bit of capacity, but I think that bag is well fitted for the majority of your hunting trips. It's going to be plenty enough space. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. Let us know what's in your pack down in the comments there. Let me know if I'm messing something up. I was always looking for more gear recommendations, but subscribe to that YouTube page for more content just like this. Also check out social media, and we got some short form content. So, but y'all, good luck out there if you're going to be doing any bear hunting. If not, have a good summer.